Welcome to another episode of the Headlight Restoration Pro, where I show you how to take these big ass lights on this little bitty car and turn them into something like this. Crystal clear perfection, better than the day I rolled off the lot. See why these big ass lights are hard and time consuming. A real pain in the ass.
He's heating up!
People like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the bad guy.
Let's get down to business. As stated before, these are some big motherfuckers. Let's just get it out the way. This light is about 3 times the size of a medium-sized light, which would be an average light. We're going to go ahead and fast forward this about half speed faster. If you think of a regular speed as 1.0, this is like 1.5. Just because this light took about 28 minutes to finish per side. And the thing is, it's not typically that hard of a light to do, far as when you get those Kias or a weird structure light, although it does have a this weird bulbous shape at the top that you'll see. For some reason they put that on for the blinker. I have no idea why they have it. It's just one of those beauty marks that these manufacturers put on these lights. But it's hard just because it's a surface, a huge surface. Now, when you're doing lights, that are medium size, and they take 10 to 15 minutes on average, my average at least, per regular size lights, you got to think times that by 3. So you're just going to be sitting here dealing with this light for a long time to get it properly done with a proper method. It's just ridiculous far as time consuming and also product consuming as well. You got to think 3 times the light, 3 times the time, 3 times the material, and 3 times just the effort and the concentration and everything. Unfortunately, you can't really charge 3 times for the light, although it is a markup. It's more expensive. If you're not charging by size, you're fucking yourself over. You should generally do, there I go again, not trying to really do business consulting here. What you should do, you do whatever the hell you want with your business. It's your business, right? But if you're not charging, since I already said it, I'll just finish it out. If you're not charging per size, that should be a huge factor in your headlight restoration charging, or what you should charge your matrix there. Not only the age, the size and the shape and all that stuff, but really a size is a huge factor. It's a huge factor. I mean, so this is probably the biggest light you're going to run across. Little vehicles have the hugest lights, and big vehicles for some reason don't really have huge lights normally. The only vehicles that really have big lights are the ones that are like SUVs or not even SUVs. Typically the trucks have big lights. But these are like twice the size of the lights on trucks. I don't know if it's a safety thing or whatever, but most of the little tiny vehicles I run into have, about 80% of them have huge lights. But anyhow, that's that little structure on top I was telling you about. You want to pay special attention to that structure there. You can really mess some things up. It's just like it fits right. If you cup your hand, it fits right into the cup of your hand. And any kind of little structure like that, you really want to take your time with and, just be careful with. But like I said, average light between 10 and 15 minutes for me. Your times might be different. You got to keep in mind that I've literally done, I don't want to keep saying it over and over, but I've literally probably done about 2,000 plus at this point. When I started this channel, coming up on 2 years ago, I stopped counting at, about 1,000. I didn't even record. You got some guys out there, God bless them, whatever you want to do. They jumped right into it and they're trying to record on their 3rd light, their 4th light. Like, think about this. I didn't even record my first video until I was well past 1,000 lights. I stopped counting months before I hit that 1,000 mark. And I just kind of kept counting, whatever, but it was just ridiculous at a point. Like, what is this for? This is just for some personal gratification or whatever. And, you know, it was just messing up too much space and too much time in my life sitting there with the pen pad. And yes, I did keep a ledger of how many or whatever. Yeah, so I was well over 1,000 before I even recorded my first light, and I have done so many lessons. I've done well over 1,000 with just this method. Okay, just this method, well over 1,000, because I haven't been doing anything else for 2 years now, because my headlight restoration skills and knowledge, whatever, you know, and my testing and evolution, it pretty much stopped here. I mean, I still do and test out things. As you guys see, I test out new products and new things like that to see if I can enhance or better or broaden the horizons of this method. But guess what? Nothing takes the cake. Like I said, I've done all the wet sanding, I've done all the dry sanding, I've done all the 2K clears, you know, literally done like all the 2K clears. I've done the vehicle clear coat, I've done the one in the spray can where, you know, with the hardeners, I've done the one without the hardeners, I've done the acrylics, I've done the hobby 2K clears. I've tried all these things in the beginning, and I tried, you know, I've even tried the ones where you mix your own hardener into the clear coat and put it in a spray gun. I got a spray gun in the garage I don't use for shit anymore, just because the cost effectiveness is bullshit, and the product is bullshit. You're not supposed to put it on headlights, period. It's not designed for headlights. And a lot of people say, oh, it's clear and it comes out clear and it looks... No, you can't even say that, because your shit don't look as good as mine. You're using 2K clear, it's not going to look as good as mine. You can have a good looking product, but your shit doesn't look wet. It's flat. It's very flat, and it doesn't have any reflectiveness to it, and your transparency is lower than mine. And that's just it, because the thing is, some of those guys that can get a real good headlight with a 2K clear, you know, and it's on the level where I'm at. If they use my product, it would be exactly on my level. That's the only thing they're missing. If they use the headlight, the Meguiars, that's the only thing they're missing. But they refuse to use a headlight product, which is so silly. And someday it's going to come back and bite them in the ass. And mock my words, it's come back to bite them in the ass a couple times. And they dealt with it, and they keep going with the bullshit. Far as, oh, it's peeling, or oh, it's you know, it's bubbling, or oh, it got hazy or something. But you know, sooner or later it's gonna come back to really bite them in the ass when somebody's like, man, you did my Porsche, and you know, fucking, you know, I took it somewhere else and they said you know, my shit is warped. You know, I had it in the sun for one day or whatever, and my shit is warped, and my plastic is melted and warped. Right, they're gonna have a bad reaction, okay, and I know this from experience, okay. And then what's gonna happen? You're either gonna have to fix it, and if you can't fix it, what happens? You're gonna have to buy somebody new headlights. And if you have insurance for your business, if you're at that level, you know, your insurance, you know, might even have to come out and claims adjust it. You know what they do? They're going to take a sample of the shit you did. You know, if somebody went to Meguiar or went to fucking some place and got their painted right, they're gonna have an expert come out and check out that paint. They're gonna take a sample of it. That, why did it fray like this? The first thing they're saying, why did it bubble up on his hood like this? He paid $3,000 for his paint, right? They're gonna take a sample of it since it's ruined already, right? And they're gonna analyze that shit and be like, oh, this motherfucker painted this fool's car with house paint. This motherfucker, we're not covering this shit, right? And then they're gonna send you a letter. They're gonna call you on the phone like, hey, yeah, by the way, you're painting cars with house paint. Your insurance policy's canceled, and we're not gonna cover you for this shit because you broke one of the agreements that you signed for when you sign for insurance or whatever. Guarantee it. Because, you know, and then some assholes don't even know what's inside their can because they're using some schlacker from a Joe Schmo company that's probably, if they did an ounce of research, they would see that company's been in trouble before or has done some, you know, slick shit or some shit like that. And you're just the next sucker that's selling their merchandise, right? Put your name on it, whatever. You just never know. You really got to be careful out there because there's people trying to come up off you. And what better way to come up off you when you are the middleman? And guess what? When you're the middleman and the shit goes down, where's the shit go to? The person who gave you the shit or or the person who is distributing the shit, the middleman, right? Yeah, exactly. But you see right there, spot fixing. You guys seeing on these latest videos, I'm showing you spot fixing. Okay, you can run into spot fixing in or areas when you're done at your, if you had to regress or step down, downshift into another, to your previous step. Don't feel, I don't know. Don't feel bad or don't feel like, shit, I'm just going to get it done. Like, then you're going to be upset when you spray it and all that shit shows through. So I'll do this spot fixing, I'll do it for 10, 15 minutes if I have to get it right. And some lights are like that and it pisses me off and I get frustrated, but I have to get it right before I spray the shit. All right. Because then you're going to be like, damn, now I'm going to have to take the shit down if it comes out so bad. If you spray and be like, damn, it's way worse than I thought. Now you're going to have to take it all down and start over again, which is a pain in the ass. But yeah, those guys are gonna find out sooner or later. Like, it's not something you can't. If you had a mechanic and he did an oil change and said, shit, I got this. I believe an engine will run better. I don't care about all those tens of thousands of different Pennzoils and Chevron gas, oils and shit like that. All these different Pennzoils and shit like that, right, are out there. I don't care. I mix my headlight, or excuse me, I mix my oil with, olive oil. And then, somebody said, oh, their engine blew up. And then they come out and what the fuck? They say it blew up after oil change. They inspect it and they analyze the oil. This motherfucker put olive oil, extra virgin olive oil in the tank. Guess who's in trouble? I mean, it just makes sense. It's a major liability. Okay. And the thing is, too, once those people start, hearing shit or whatever, fucking see, why can't I see or whatever, and this and that, and he messed up. And all it takes is one person with enough money or enough pizzazz, or maybe they're married to a lawyer or some shit like that. And then they have it analyzed. It's that's why his fucking headlights aren't functioning, because they sprayed fucking 2K clear on there. I'm saying 2K clear bashing. I'm saying one of the hugest 50%. Okay, there's 50% of what's wrong with 2K clear is not designed for headlights. It messes the headlights up in the long run. It peels off. It bubbles. All that shit like that down the road. Okay, that's 50%. The whole other 50% is because it is not a transparent substance. It is not a photo-transparent substance. It is not a optical transparent process. It's not an optical transparent product. It's not made for optical transparency, which means it's not going to have the light passing through correctly, which literally means it is blocking your lights from throwing the light, far as it should be. Okay, by far, anywhere from 20 yards to 50 yards in my estimation. That's half a fucking football field. Could you imagine not being able to see half a football field when you're driving on the freeway? Okay, because it scatters the light. It refractors the light. Look up Google right now, or if you want, or I'll show you right here, refraction of light, okay, and see what that does. Now, that is what these coatings are doing. This stuff right here is extremely optically transparent, okay? Most design stuff for headlights are very, that are for headlights. A headlight coating, a headlight product that was designed for headlights are extremely, or at the very least, optically transparent. This product is extremely optically transparent and enhances the quality of your headlight escaping that light. Now, people think it's not that important, but it's very important. Just while we're speaking about liability, okay, what if, even worse, somebody freaking crashes, boom, and they'll be on the freeway, I was only doing 70 and I couldn't see it come out of anywhere. Why couldn't you see it come out of anywhere? And they look at the light or some shit. Things can get real bad. They look at the light or some shit and they're like, oh, fuck, this guy, he got a headlight restoration, and they just anything. I don't want to get into weird, wish anything on anybody, but I'm just saying shit can get really weird. Imagine somebody hurts themselves or crashes or some shit because they can't see the maximum light. They get half of their light efficiency. Okay, although they look clean, they look clear, but it's not about looks. Okay, these looks, and even though sometimes I boost how much more better my headlight restorations look than most people that you've ever seen, even people on the internet, right? it's really not about that. That's a side effect of this process, okay? This method, which anybody can do, I'm showing you 100% how to do it. It's a side effect, okay? The main focus of this is to light the road, okay? That's why people want headlight restoration, and that's why they should want it, and that's why they should need it, and that's why they do need it if their headlights are messed up. That's the main focus. The look is just a side effect, okay? And you can achieve this if you do this method, okay? And if you follow these rules, okay? And even if you don't do this method, always use headlight certified products when you can.
He's heating up!
People like me so you can point your fucking fingers and say that's the bad guy.